Hello and welcome. This is the Golden Bee Revolution TV show. I am Lamin B. Bara. You are watching StarTV. Once again, welcome. We are going to continue with our theme, Youths in the Lead. You can monitor our activities on Facebook, on StarTV, and of course we have a Golden Bee Revolution TV show page on Facebook again, where you can monitor our activities. We have young people to deal with in this team. What is influencing them to do what they are doing, and of course to share their stories to influence or inspire other young people in this country to make sure that we develop this country. And today we have again another amazing young people. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Golden Bee Revolution TV show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great. I have Alassane Jai and Fanta Sise. These are young people. They are doing great things. We will get to learn more about them, their movements, and of course, what keeps them going as young people, and what did they have in store for this country. But before we go into all those stuff, I would like to know something about you people, as our culture have always been to know little about yourself. I know your name, you're Alassane Jai, and she's Fantasy. It's amazing to have you guys. We would like to know, who is Alassane Jai?
Thank you so very much, Honorable Bara.
You're welcome.
It is indeed a great honor being here. Absolutely. Before I would get deep into the person I am, I would love to acknowledge the wonderful job here, as well as the executive of LSC, the entire members, and then the viewers out there. I want to extend my warmest regards to you. I am Alassane, as you have mentioned, born and brought up in a village called Chamen, Yanija. That's where I attended my basic education. Then proceeded to Armitage. I had my senior secondary school education in Armitage, then to the Gambia College, and a current student of the University of the Gambia. As a youth, I have been so much involved in several activities. I have been involved in so many youth engagements. And then currently as the founder and president of Literary Success Club, I have mingled with so many youths across the country. I have mentored several individuals. I have facilitated so many trainings for different people. Besides that, I have facilitated or worked out so many projects for people. I have attended so many seminars, and then personally I have been engaged in so many youth activities. I think if I would get you right, personally also I'm a very humble person, down to earth. I'll work with people from different backgrounds. I think I am a fine guy.
Great, great. It's a pleasure to have a fine guy, a humble guy, a youth leader, youth activist, and of course, a mentor to so many young people out there. That is so wonderful. It's a pleasure to have you. I'm sure we are going to learn so much about Mr. Alassane Jai here today. To you, lady, Fanta. Yes, tell us about yourself. Who is Fanta Cisse?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I greet you all. My name is Ambassador Fanta Cisse. I am 24 years old, and I am the founder and CEO of the Gambia Healing Foundation, a charity organization that is there for the orphans to give them hope, and women who has undergone sexual and gender-based violence, and then the differently able people, because most of the time they feel they are being marginalized because of their physical appearance. So I am an aspiring politician, I'm a human rights activist, I'm a humanitarian. I am also trying to be the...
Yes.
Yeah, I am also trying as much as possible to become an advocate and a mentor for female, because most of the time women are not giving platforms where they will be able to give their necessary needs and wants. I have also give mentorship internationally. I have represented the Gambia internationally on several occasions. I have been to Liberia, I have been to Ghana, I have been to Sierra Leone, and I have represented the country in those aspects, in terms of politics, in terms of women's participation in politics, in terms of female leading in political affairs. So today I would like to give you more about what I do, what I get, and what I have in store for my country.
Thank you so much, Fanta. It's indeed a pleasure to have you here. Fanta and Alassane are great people in this country. We have had so many young people here to discuss about things that they do. And as a country, I think this is what we need. I always say this. If we have so many young people busy doing great things, and we will hardly have the chance or opportunity to do bad things, violence, stealing, and all those sort of things that will bring our country or our societies down. That is quite important. Now, we have two things to discuss here. On your side is your literary success club, the Gambia. I can bear witness that that club is doing good in this country. We will talk about that. And Fanta also is talking about Healing Foundation. It's set to make sure that there is gender equality, and orphans also get to have their heart and their body and mind in peace, and of course be normal and live among us. Gender-based violence also is what you stood to fight for. Yeah. Quite important. So I will start with you, Fanta. Before going deep into all the things that you are doing for the people that are involved in your organization or your association, we want to know the rationale behind the Gambia Healing Foundation. What is it all about?
Okay, the Gambia Healing Foundation is a charitable organization. Okay. It's an organization which I basically found, but it's actually not mine. It's for the people of the Gambia. All right. So yeah, I'm just the founder and the CEO. So we have our manager, we have our treasurer, we have auditors and other executive body. So the main reason why I come up with this idea is to make sure that there is gender equality. There is gender equality in the Gambia. We have seen lots of gender-based violence. We have seen lots of domestic violence, and I would want to stand in to break gender-based violence and inequality, and make sure that there is equal opportunities, equal rights and responsibilities for both men and women. Sometimes women feel like they are being marginalized. They are not given certain opportunities to become something or to take part into something because of their gender. And sometimes when you get married, you have issues with your husband, your spouse, and then he started beating you up. So these are the things that we want to look into. It's a serious crime. Fighting gender-based violence is a serious crime, and as a democratic Gambia, it is one of the principles that there should be equality between both men and women. And when you come to the differently able people too, they feel like they are being marginalized because of how they appear, their physical appearance. Probably they have eye problem, or they cannot walk, or their hands and something. How are we going to empower them? How are we going to make them feel equal in the society? Let them not feel inferior because of how they look. Sometimes they might have the talent in them, but they might not have the opportunity because of their physical appearance. And also the orphans, as you can see, many orphans who lost their parents, it's very hard for them to go to school. They cannot go to school, and even if they go to school, there are certain things that they are lacking. We want to come up and then help those people in need. At the end of the day, it's not all about what the country can do for you. It's what you can give back to your country. That's what I believe.
That's quite interesting. I understand that it is actually healing because those people are broken people that lost their parents, the ones that have been marginalized because of their gender, people that are also disabled, or we call them differently able people. They need healing, and it's quite important. Now, your organization is focusing on all these areas, but one may start to wonder, how did you provide for all these people? What type of activities do you do to make sure that you help them? What way are you going to use to help them, especially the sexually harassed victims, or the differently able people, or the orphans? These are areas that we have seen people specialize their focus on one of them, but you want to help all of them at the same time. How do you do it?
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I have studied international relations, peace and conflict studies at Management Development Institute. I am currently the vice president of the SU. So this idea came into me when I went to represent the Gambia in Liberia, when I saw a man beating his wife. And then I said, this is not only a problem in the Gambia, sometimes it happens. So I asked myself, what am I going to do? How am I going to do to make impact in my country? So the manager, she is a woman. She's an elderly woman. She is married. She is well experienced. She is vocal. And how we are able to give support to the women who has been sexually abused, or they have been domestically abused, is to give them lectures. We give them lectures. We teach them. We teach them about marital homes. Although myself, I am not married, so that's why I keep people in different aspects that have experience in those kind of areas. Okay. So when a woman or a person come to me that she has been domestically violated, or she has been sexually violated, we give them lectures. We give them healing because they need it. What is the problem? How does it happen? And how are you going to prevent something like that from happening again to you? So, and the orphans too, we are trying as much as possible to try and support them with their schooling, with food, with shelter. The Gambia Healing Foundation is something new, and it is coming up. We are yet to put a lot of things in the same basket, but as time goes on, I would like to make it an orphanage for the orphans that do not have places to stay. Yeah, right now we will be focusing on how to help them, how to pay their school fees, and how to be able to, for them to have a smile on their face, for them to also feel love, for them to feel like they are also part of the society. Losing your parents, or losing one of your parents, or being poor in a state, being in a state where you are not fit or able enough to pay for your own school fees should not stop you from going to school. And when you come to the differently able people, we want to support them. we want to support them in a way that what are they good at? What can they do? Is it farming that they want to do? Is it they are creative? Let them, they want to be entrepreneur. What is it that they are good at, they want to do, and then we will help them, lift them up. If they want to do business, we give them support into that business, give them a startup, and then they start with
Thank you so much for that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll come back there later and you said more light on how you can help them. It is very important. You have the aim and the ambition to make sure you help those people. It is very important. Viewers, just to remind you, you are watching the Golden Bee Revolution TV show here on StarTV. Many thanks to you, our viewers, and of course our Golden Bee executives. Happy belated birthday to our CEO, Jorna Alaji Suare, who have been away. But yesterday, he's back in this country. If you miss him, I'm sure he's going to appear soon on the screen. He's around, and we are wishing him a successful year ahead. To you, Mr. Joy, literally Success Club, the Gambia. What is it that you do when it comes to that aspect? The name, literal, right? I know you are very passionate about writing. And it is very important that we have young people that can write, and it's very important because you can even help Fanta by writing. There's so much power in writing. I believe so. Now when you come to Literary Success Club, what is it that you do? Is it do for young people in general? Yes.
Thank you so very much. Literary Success Club is a club that basically comes out to stand for every individual, especially youths and then school-going students. Yeah, it promotes writing and public speaking. This thing came in me when I was still going to school. I was quick to realize that there are two things that dominate the world. There are two things that rule the world. And then these two things, people are scared of it. I just ask myself, why? So these two things are writing and speaking.
Writing and speaking.
Yes. If you don't have the skills, absolutely you can't do anything. Yeah. So I realized that in the world, leaders, Democrats, be it dictators, be it preachers, be it scholars, be it whatsoever, in order to communicate to the people, you must have to speak to them. In order to communicate to people, you also must have to write. But this speaking and writing becomes the monster in some humans, that they cannot do it. And then if you are lacking these two skills, you cannot even fight for your freedoms. You cannot express your feelings. You die with your ideas.
Yeah.
So this is what inspired me. I said, you know what, let us have this Literary Success Club where we can engage people into speaking and writing, so that we can stand our ground. We can express our feelings. We can speak for the voiceless, write for the voiceless. Because as I told you, this came in me when I was still going to school. I realized among my peers, if you ask them to write, they cannot. They are scared. If you ask a student to come before their colleagues, that's before the classroom, it's also a problem. So as I grew up, I realized that this is not only a problem for us, the students, but also in the offices. Yes, in the great institutions. Yeah, imagine when you were having a meeting and you ask someone to come and write the minutes, it becomes a problem. Imagine you have a problem, you have to face your boss, and then the boss is not ready to comply with you. He will just tell you, you know what, go and write. Then it becomes a problem. You keep on going from one colleague to another. Please help me write this, help me write that, help me do this. It's always a problem. Sometimes when you even get into your boss office or you meet some dignified individuals with so much important thoughts in you, once you face them, everything evaporates. Yeah, it's not because you don't know what to say, it's because you lack the confidence. So putting this confidence into the youth, as well as elders, everybody, I can say, is what we stand for as a literary organization. Yeah, and then as you have attested, we have been absolutely doing great across the country.
I've seen what motivates you to do what you are doing. I can agree with you there. That will help a lot. That we have people that are good at writing, good at speaking, like you said. Through it, you can be able to express yourself. Give voice to the voiceless, like what Fanta is doing here today. Someone may be going through so much pain, but cannot come out and speak about it. You that know the story, you that have analyzed the story, or you have experienced it in one way or the other, can be able to come out and speak to the public, write about it. That is very important. Now, how do you do it? And what are the targeted groups? What group did you target most to make sure that they are able to write and they are able to speak?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so very much for this correction again. Absolutely, our targeted groups, the youths, and more especially the school-going students.
The school-going students.
Yes, but in a general sense, we focus on every individual who come before us and need our help.
Okay.
Yes, then how do we do it? Absolutely, there are so many ways we have been active. Even in the peak of the COVID-19, we are not relaxing. Yes, we organize trainings, we organize seminars, we, how will I call it, invite people, individual face-to-face trainings. That's, we have our personal mentorship programs that I particularly execute, myself as the president, and then my secretary, very active. He also have his own individual people that visit him at his house. Okay, and then beside all that, National Center for Arts and Culture has been our center. That's basically where we have all our on-site trainings and award ceremonies. We organize competitions for students and individuals, and currently there is an essay competition going on, online essay competition. So we focus on organizing online and on-site trainings and competition for individuals. Yes, be it students, be it private individuals, be it members of the club. As we are vastly growing in the country, we indeed have these two methods.
Thank you so much.
We organize trainings, and then we also give them competitions. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So students, if you're out there, there's Literary Success Club that will challenge you with ideas, that will challenge you with works at the competitions to make sure you are good at writing, good at speaking before you graduate and after you graduate, so that you can be able to speak for yourself. Viewers, we will take our first commercial break, but we will be back with Mr. President and Madam CEO after the break. Please stay with us and we will be right back. As we are heading to December 4, 2021 presidential election, many people across this beautiful smiling coast of Africa, the Gambia, are still feeling anger and started uttering hate speech toward one another. Rather than seeing past their political difference, a growing number of us have chosen to stop speaking to friends and even family members, all because of their political difference. This accomplishes nothing and serves only to divide us. Therefore, the Peace Club members of Nemasu Senior Secondary School, under the banner of Peace Gambia, cries out for political hygiene as their future and that of others depend on it.
This is the most difficult moment in our society as we are heading to our presidential elections. But I believe peace can make everything smooth for us if we work and adopt by it.
This is the Gambia, known to the outside world as the smiling coast of West Africa. So let us eradicate anything that can create violence among us and promote peace and stability.
Mbooloo mooy doole ñu leen ñun ñëpp ñu bennoo ñu àndoo ñu xeex lii di tribalisme ak fitna ndaxte amul benn njëriñ ndaxte suñ fàttalikoo démb suñu maam yi seen jamono xeex li fi xeex lañ nekkoon di def te jàmm ak salaam yëpp ñu ngi fa woon ton tey buñ nangu politique yi di ñu xaayalu ak si nawle ndaxte amul benn njëriñ
nanay moome baawɗo no wiya kala ko jangittaani siiro e sonko ittata ara noon ka tan mo fewndiden ɗo mo beeno andi élection jiɗi no arde ara lam tori kala Gambien jo ko woniri yo waɗu jang hakkunde men do fe no ka woniri do si tawi an ko supporter de UDP min ko supporter NPP o kala parti mo way supportude dum wata addu problème hakkunde men wada entara jam wona hakkundeji men bay men o be baaw do be wakkilike fi addangol en jam ko on jam tawden do ha tay menen tawi ko me wawa yaade school me wada kala ko bay si jam ala me wawata jangoyde ma me wada kala ko
alga politiko ñoroni karala kana so politiko dum dam mawlu tema ka dum politiko mo diligini ko leti
alga hakilo to baake ka dum ko fitino man nafa so ni banko ka to yellom minna dunya be yellom minna wala gambia dismari ko wala ka nyoko nota diya ni badiya ci ko odo an kana so ni politiko nga fatam fanso mi so minna ta politiko la karola way fatam fanso nati na molu tema an kana so ni politik fatam fanso nga min soto wayati na badiya ci ko kuntu anin na sinyo ya ci ko kuntu
ci ko ci ba ci ko noran ci ciaga de wanya ka ngay diga ku ci ka mama fi ane puis ka pour ku ci jang ko parwar ci ngi ran ci ko nyaka lesne ci ci ngambe ci banya mundu mene ati smile ko su afrika munte ni ra banya kam politis bu gare ndia ci banya bu ka ci banya mena ci man ci napa ci kol man dinga ci me wala me ko mundu ci mundu nyaka mene nda ci gambe do lole nda ci nda fara gambe do lole nda bu fay num lopitaan école nga kar ko man fi wonu ne nda ci ba lole te nda bu fara gambe do lole
misale ani fandi anyi burum ko nyima me gambe la election e bilonya so ni lawe anasana ma jok anda tingi mana le kartara di kaire mana le yusinde mu baja kaire la no manjam kabiru no gon ma gambe ande suge rewol ani tidi ko re banya ba ya de jak ani mula ko no ra ni la ko la kabiru nya kajo ni ma ma boy kaire nangul man baja kaire amene de suge la woni ma jum ko re ge ande ni fana gi ni la ke diga
mare soni ko yalle gadi ore ata ga diga mbana de ke kam gadi onanti eni ho parti be gane parti honne anta o ma do na me na rangu do ma me na rangu bonondi ona to nda ona haklun ko yime ke gana dangita dangiya wakati de pinnani orna safara kam ona dangi de khairi aro wasayenga o ma do na mare nga jangel lo ona sumbuncho na kama agana dangita dangiya
me people left. This is not the time for election, and I know for say this is not the most difficult time right now in our society.
But I want people remember the only thing will make everything go alright smooth and in peace. We will only make peace possible when we work parallel. Remember, this is not politics. More don't make politics make the country divide.
The Jola,
the Fuller,
the Mandinka,
the Manjab,
the Wolof,
the Sarangole,
the Apu.
I am a student, too fragile, knew little or perhaps nothing about the globe. But knowing that there is a nation to build after election, I hereby urge each and every Gambian to maintain peace in their pre-election, during election, and post-election. For we, the future leaders, want to lead a peaceful country.
Lafta kairo me melu nyankunu ayten bi anin sama karundol sama alfal lafta ka bangole mara mi yaran ko bangu kaira man
min fala jam wonno do hanki yo artiri hande heba no woni do ha jango parce que menen pay ko duwa ko lamade jango ko min fala lamade leedi hondude jam
nay saxal jam bu fi nekkon dem ndagam ñun ndaw ñu wara jité rew mi dañ ko ka jité rew bu am jam.
Welcome back. You are watching the Golden Bee Revolution TV show. I am Lamin B. Bara. I'm here with Madam Fantasise and of course Alassane Joy. Literally Success Club versus Gambia Healing Foundation. After we will think about this, how can you guys work together? But before that, to you Fanta, the work that you are doing is very delicate, especially the gender-based violence stuff. Husband beating wife. Sometimes they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people will be abused sexually, but they don't want to be talk about. They don't want to talk about it. Sometimes some children will be abused by their parents or by their guardians, but they don't want to. They don't want to talk about it. And sometimes some people will have different disabled people in their houses, but they will not want them. They will not want the public to see them. So the work that you are doing is very delicate. Judging from what I told you right now, what are most of your biggest challenges that you face? If these are one of them, how do you deal with them?
Okay, thank you very much. As you know, I have a very strong team. I have a very strong team that are very, very well experienced in what they do. Mm-hmm. So when we have issues like that, because sometimes some people even will call me and said, is this the Gambia Healing Foundation? I said, yes, please. And they'll be like, I want to come there. Some will even show me pictures that are really confidential, how they have been beaten, and there was a woman who even have a problem with her eye because of the blow.
Punch from the husband.
The punch
really?
from the husband. That was really serious. That made me really mad. But then she's called back after having an appointment with me. She called back and told me that because of family issues, she will not be able to come for the appointment that we have agreed on. I said, in order for us to make this easier for you and me, I have to know what is the problem, because you have already shown me the marks on your body. This is abuse of human rights. It is human rights violations, and it is a serious crime in the Gambia. The Gambia is a democratic country, so they will not tolerate things like this. But she said because of the family issues and because of the religious aspect, what people will say, what the society will say, and this mindset, this mentality that people have, I want us to come with a special program, like a conference, to tell people that it is your right to talk about things that are disturbing you. If people abuse you, if people feel like they are more superior than you, and they are using that against you to violate you, to break your rights, there are platforms. There are many platforms for you to go to explain to them that this is what has happened to me, and this is the person who has done it to me, even if it is your husband, even if it is your father. Religion does not tolerate beating. In Islam, in Christianity, in any other religion, you don't just start punching somebody like you're punching back. So one of the things that I am having, especially all of us, we are having very big challenge is the society, what society would say, and people don't want to come out and talk about it because of one reason or the other, because of what people will say, because there are intermarriage in the Gambia. We have lots of intermarriages, and if you marry your cousin do that to you, it might become a division in the family, because they will say, she or he took the cousin to the police because she was beaten. The problem
now becomes everybody's problem.
Yeah, the problem becomes everybody's problem, and people will start talking, and they will not even care about the pain that you are feeling. So we have come up with these things to talk about it, because it's their right. It's their right. Your right is being violated. Gambia is a democratic country. Talk about it. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid of it. Don't say, because my people will say, or I will get a divorce, or if I have a divorce, especially when you have kids, who is going to take care of my children? So those are the fear that people have in their mindset. We will come up with a conference or a meeting, or to teach a sensitization to tell people that if you have gone through these kind of things, then you will have to come out and speak about it. And when you speak about it, actions will be taken. And when actions are taken, then people will be more careful. There will be precautions in what they will do next to you.
Do you have any other seminars where you you sensitize people that in fact violence is not the solution? You could have avoided the violence before if it even start. Do you have such things?
Yeah, violence is never the solution. Like I told you, we have people in the organization that are very well experienced in these kind of things. They talk to marriage couples. They give marriage counsels. So if you know you are having issues with your wife, or you have issues with your problem, you can call our number. You can send us an email, and we will talk about it. Tell you, both of you can come and sit down. We give you counsel. What is the problem? How are you going to solve the problem? Because violence will never solve the problem. It only makes things worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's quite a brief. You need to understand that you have right, and of course, violence is not the solution to any problem. Married couples, husbands, wife, or fathers to sons or daughters, brothers to sisters. You don't have to point the person on the face to make a point. You can always solve the problem without resorting to violence. But in case if violence happens, all you need to do is to talk about it. Sit down and talk about it. And does your organization involve reporting the cases that you have to court, or you just make sure you heal the situation to make sure that it doesn't happen again? But do you have any if you have any instance where you'll be ready to take someone to court because of that?
Yeah, if we have a serious case and the person is willing to take the case to the court,
Okay.
it will take it. As for the woman that I told you about, if she was willing, we would have taken the case to court.
Okay.
We would have taken the case to court because it was really serious. I mean, it could even plug out her eye.
Okay.
It was a very serious one. When I saw the pictures, I was really mad. I said, what get into you to do this to your own wife? I mean, there are negotiations, there are mediation. Talk to them. You know, there are people that you can talk to. Let them sit down, solve the issue. If the issue is not solved in that way, I mean, these are too mature people. You know how to go into your marital homes. So if things do not work out, I mean, there are other ways. There are religious ways. You go to the imam or an elderly person. You know, there are organizations that you can go to. You can talk about it, and then just everybody have your own peace, and then you start from where you stop. No need to hold grudges and anything, and then.
Thank you so much for that, Fanta. I think your organization is doing so much well. Gambia Healing Foundation.
It's our organization.
Our organization. I'm also going to be part of it from today because you are doing great things, and part of it is actually doing what we are doing. The reason we have you people here today is to talk about what you are doing and the way you can help the public. Okay, someone may be watching you out there who may be inspired to join you. The person may reach out to you and join you. Okay, so what you are doing is good. You keep it up, and this country is part of you. It's good to have someone like Fanta and Alassane. Mr. Njai, let's talk about the people that you also interact with, writing and speaking. Now, from your own assessment. What is the level of preparedness when you come face to face with young people and you challenge them with writings and speaking, public speaking? What is the level of their prepared? Are they willing to do it, or they have it in them, they don't want to do it, or you are the one that is trying to force you to bring it out in them?
Yeah, thank you so very much. As I had mentioned, we have series of training and competitions.
Yes.
Yeah. And I will proudly tell you that we have not been forcing anybody to come on board.
Okay.
Everybody almost, right? The generation, as I told you, generation needs this.
Yes.
Needs these two things. And then the youths are very much inspired. And then, above all, they have been seeing what we have been doing. So they are motivated. Individually, even just last night, I got a message from someone. They really, really want to go into it. So there is nothing like a big struggle. Because when we call for a meeting, we have a good turnout. They come, everybody participate. Almost every youth right now, as I'm speaking, almost every youth in the Gambia here is either involved in poetry or a related field. Because poetry has become, in fact, the biggest writing industry in the Gambia.
Yes, there are so many young poets now.
Yes, everybody want to, express your feelings through the pen, and then on the genre of literature and on poetry.
Okay.
So this being the case, people are willing to join us. But the little, problem that we might have faced is probably the facilitation of bigger events. Yes. Which is on our pipeline. We need to make sure we have a very big event where because they are willing. Just give them the platform and tell them this is what we want to do. They will come. Believe in me, and when I say this, because even the current ongoing competition, I was very shocked when I see the list of interested participants.
It was too much.
It was just too much, and then tomorrow is the day of the competition. So here is like we need some little support from the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education as well as higher education. Let them be aware of what we are doing, and then they give us the little support they can to reach out to the schools, establish our club there, and then we kick start. Yeah, because competitions, just imagine if we can get in the peak of the coronavirus, getting contestants all the way from Basel. Frafenye, all the way from Kudang, Narumbekoto, down to the Kombos Sokoina. Then this has shown that yes, people are willing, because Even by going our objectives, the club's objectives, you see our set of goals, mission and visions. Absolutely, you will not wait for anybody to tell you to join. Absolutely. You would get the zeal to come and join. Yeah, and then understanding that you must have to face people to talk. You know, you must have. That's a must to everybody.
Yeah.
If you cannot do that, I am sorry. So this is the reason we need to come out and talk. We need to come out and write. So once these things are well secured on yourself, you are confident and you can do it, you are safe. So some people come, they said, you know, I want to write, but it's like I have never done it before. I tell you, you know what, you have to start. But what you need to do, you have to read.
Yes.
You have to learn. They tell me, wow, that's what I need to do. I said, yes. Then 2, 3, believe, lie or lie, a lot of them started from zero. And now they are, some of them are even part of my executive. Now they can handle the pain and then do it well. So there is just a little thing that we might need, just a little push. We are already there.
Thank you so much. That is read. And I also believe that if you want to speak, you want to write, read. You know, most of the words, all the words that we are writing, all the things that we have been saying, we are all talking here, all this talk that we are doing here, we read it somewhere. So you have to read. This advice is for you, the student that is out there. I cannot do this, is not the solution to any problem. You have to start from somewhere. But thank God, you have Literary Success Club to tell you, to push you to start something. That is very important. Now let's come to the networking part of this thing. How can two of you work together? Who want to talk first?
Madam, come up.
Yes. Okay. How can two of you work together now? And make sure that what you are saying, you know, you start implementing it. This one is Literary Success, Gambia Healing Foundation. Where do you find yourself in the same box? What are you going to do?
I think when it comes to the networking issue and participation of youths, I think we have something in common. Yes. Because we all want to make impact in the country.
Yes.
And the impact is to change the mindset of people, especially students, young people. You know, you are not too young to be great, to do
great
big things.
Yes.
To do big things. And that I've got that energy when I was lecturing international students. I was advocating them, and there were people from USA, there were people from Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, and I was like, they were like, are you the presenter for today? I said, yes. How old are you? I said, I'm 23. And everybody was like, you are the youngest here. So it's not about your age. It's about what you can do, what you have in here in your head. So in order for us to network, to come together as young people, to make impact, to build impact, we should collaborate in the sense that he is good with writing and speaking,
yes.
And we are also here to give out voice to the voiceless. When we come together, we will be able to talk about the things that are affecting the society, things like gender-based violence. We can put it in a form of a poetry. We can read about it. People will understand more. It will bring interest for people to come into the organizations, to know about it, so that they will also be able to learn their rights and responsibilities, and then they will also start implementing those rights and responsibilities.
Mr. Njai, do you agree with that?
Yeah. She got it right. I think to connect with her will be very, very simple and easy for us. During our sessions, trainings, competitions on our platforms, we can write about what she is working on.
Yes.
Yes, we can. We can sensitize people. Yeah, we can organize big conferences. Yeah, let me have people from my group, from our group. We have some media outlets, and then trust me, we have brilliant poets. They can get her the PCC want. That will go far and wide beyond the country.
And I think writers and the young poets, this is where they should drive their topics from: gender-based violence, sexual harassment, you know, people that have been marginalized because they are differently able, because they have one limb or they have one eye, or they cannot see, they cannot talk properly. These are people that cannot speak. But Mr. Njai, if you check, we have so many poets in the Gambia here. But most often you will see most of them busy writing about love poems, you know, fantasies, things that are not even real. You know, do you have something like that? What are you basing building your topics on? I think this is very important. If you want to develop this country, we should do away of those romantic way of saying things. Let's face the reality of our society.
Yeah.
Let's face what is going on in our society and make sure that we take it out to the public. So what is the Literary Success Club doing about that?
Okay, I think this one personally I have to come up myself then to the club.
Yes.
Yes, you know, writing is based on inspiration and passion. Especially poetry is a unique style of writing. Then a writer writes almost everything that is about him first, then what is around him. So sometimes when you read, it is often the self-interpretation of the author or the society. Yes, depending on his or her experience.
Yes.
I am a poet, I am a playwright, a songwriter, motivational quote writer, and a folktale collector. I have an anthology on the process of publication that is, as you said, I want to title it as The Love Show because it's particularly the love poems. Yes. But I have a book that is to be published probably after this month, after the Ramadan, that is called Guidance.
Guidance.
Yes. So that's what I will come to tell you what is in that guidance. That particularly is everything about reality.
Of the society.
Yes. Religious, politics, how will I call it, is society, etc. But it is face-to-face reality. If you are the crook person, you read the book, you see yourself. If you are the good one, you read it, you see yourself. It is a corrector. It is on the way coming. And then still on the reality of society, I know my pen name, Malcolm. You have been
Malcolm, I hope before the end of the show you are going to give us one of your poems that can impact our viewers. That can have impact on our viewers.
Okay. I have a set of poems that I'm going to title as Revolution. And then, you know the word revolution.
Yes.
Yeah. We really need radical changes.
In the country?
Yes. Across, that one is across. Beyond the country, Africa beyond Africa. So basically, it depends on the fields that you are passionate to write about. We have universal writers. We have writers of a particular field. Yes. And then for the club, we have people from different backgrounds, different passions, writing field. So it would be hard for me to say what they focus on. But from what I have seen, from those that has published, and then those that are sharing poems on the platform, they are really talking about what the society is going through and what the society needs and how they think that positive impacts can be done in the society. So basically, they are doing fine. That's what I was
even talking about. That's what we need as young people. We need to bring our things, ideas. We need to center our ideas on how to help society in the best ways. You know, we have so many things going wrong. That's why we have the Healing Foundation.
You see, we'll heal everything.
A lot of things are going wrong.
A lot of things are going wrong.
And the thing is that in most cases, most people don't even know that their rights are violated.
Their rights have been violated.
They don't know.
So it is important that we have people to talk about this to the society. The moment now Fanta is up to talk about gender-based violence in the society, maybe someone somewhere is also going through something like that. The person may want to come out. It is normal to talk about it because society will teach us. Society will teach us when we are young. Society will be like, it is a taboo to stand against your father when your father is wrong. Even if your father is wrong, it does not matter. You can be slapped for pouring water on the floor, kicked for pouring water on the floor, and you don't have right to complain. Sometimes, in fact, you can be asked, do you break this glass? No. So I am lying. You have been slapped. So it's like you don't have rights to complain. Sometimes if you talk about it, they said you want to go against your parents.
Yeah, you talk is a problem. You
talk
don't talk
is a
is
problem.
a problem.
You don't talk is a problem. But now we have Fanta and the Healing Foundation to break those barriers. Okay, that is very important. We have arrived to the end of the show, but before we end it, you are going to give your final messages to the public. No, the time is not enough for us to discuss all what you have in store for the country, all what you have in store for the country, and but you can give your final message. But you owe us a point. Yes.
Okay.
Should I go through my food?
Yes. While you are doing that, let's have Fanta's final message. Fanta, speak to the public.
It has been
Okay. I would like to say thank you very much to Mr. Barry and
Bara.
Yes. Mr. Bara and the entire StarTV staff and the CEO. And I would like to thank the viewers wherever you are.
Thank you.
The thing is, what I would like to say is that as a young person, don't wait for what the government will offer you. Because most of the time, most people want to go to school and then get a job, build a house, get a car, get a wife, and then you die. That's it. It is not all about what the country will offer for you. What can you give to your country back? Because the country has done enough for you. Your parents have done enough for you by giving you education. They have given you education. So how can you use your education to make changes, to make impacts, to change your life, to change those around you, to change the living conditions of those around you? So if you are given the platform, if you are given that chance to be able to talk about your talent, to manifest what you can do, then we will have a better Gambia. Not all the time sitting down doing blame games. Okay, the government should do this, or we should do this. My mom should do this. My father should do this. It's not always about that. So how can you be independent? How can you stand on your 2 feet? How can you be able to give back to the society what you learn? That is what I mean. The mindset of young people. Sometimes you will go to places, you see young people sitting down brewing attire. That is not what you are supposed to be doing. Some people are saying, yes, Saturday, Sunday is a rest day. It's not a rest day. Walk, learn, give, find out. You need to know things that are surrounding you. Know your rights, know your responsibilities. Know what is covering you. Know your country. I'm just starting this, but I'm sure in the long run, I have a very huge plan, that is to have a factory for oranges and mangoes.
Wow.
Because there are lots of oranges and mangoes that are spoiling in this country.
Fanta, you have great ambition for this country.
That is really, I want to make sure that even if I die, my legacy will live on in the Gambia.
Absolutely.
That's what I want.
Thank you so much, Fanta. Everyone should be like Fanta. When you die, you leave a legacy behind. And there's a saying that people can die, but not everybody is dead. Right? You may die, your body and soul may be taken away, but you should make sure you leave the footmarks, your footmarks on earth. That is what you do. What did you build in your lifetime? What did you spend your life doing?
Yeah,
so
and the thing is that you are not too young to start.
Yes.
So when I went to KMT and I was like, I want to register my foundation, the person was like, who is the president? And I said, I'm the president. And she said, oh, you are the president. And she saw my ID card and said, you are 23. I said, yeah, I'm 23. He said, okay, are you sure you're the president? I said, yes, I am the president. So it was really confusing. So if you think you are too young to make changes, it doesn't go that way. There is something wrong with your mentality. You are never too young to make changes. Good. Make impact. Do it in any way you can. Be it poetry, be it writing, be it reading, be it entertaining, because people have different ways to showcase their talent. Like for me, I went internationally to represent the Gambia. And when I go internationally, they call me the girl from the Gambia.
Yes.
That's how they call me, the girl from the Gambia. And they don't call me, they don't ask me, are you a Mandinka, Wolof, or Jola? Oh no, they don't ask me that. So if you are to make changes, you need to change your mentality, change your mindset. Know that this is my ambition. This is what I want to do. Don't let your parents decide what you want to be. My Mom has always wanted me to be a nurse, and she has been my greatest support, my greatest backbone, my role model, my inspiration, my everything, because she stood for me when no one else was there to stood for me. So she gave me the support, she gave me the space. When I have to read, she will even tell me, go and read. Go and read. You have exams to do, or you have lectures to do. I will do the cooking. I will do the sweeping. I will do this thing. So she is very understanding. Parents also play a very critical role in the upbringing of their child. That is really important. You should give your child the space they need, but don't tell them to cook, wash, sweep, and then ask them to go school, come, iron, wash, and all of that.
Thank you
so
so
it's really crazy.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Fanta. Thank you so much. I'm so the public will learn a lot from you. Mr. Njai, we can hear from you, final message, but that should be a poem. I think you are set to deliver what you have for us there.
Yeah, anyway, I have to also thank the viewers down there.
Okay.
Because some of them have already started contacting me that they are following the program.
All right.
I really appreciate their time and energy, and then they has been there for me for so long. Thank you all out there, the viewers.
Thank you, viewers.
And then thanks to Madam Fanta and you as well. Basically, I would send this to everybody out there that this club is here and then ready to help everybody. Let them come out, join, and then sure we will help them to realize their dreams. It is unfortunate that I am more of a writing poet than a spoken word. I do memorize few poems, but I decided to give one which I have not memorized of it. It is also a moral poem.
Moral poem.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it reads. The title is Tears of the Ancient Culture.
Tears of arts and culture.
Of the ancient culture, the then culture, the culture of the people, the tears of the ancient culture. Okay, it reads. I am culture, not folklore. I was pure and pious before I got diluted. A book of guidance and counseling before I got extreme. Gone are the days when norms and values and habits were moderate and highly valued. When etiquettes were standard and suits family patterns. Leading to a unified society where tolerance and acculturation was embraced. People of different way of life coexisted peacefully. Gone are the days when the elder was a universal parent, when the female child mode of dress and code of conduct was very modest, valuing her virginity more than the priceless silver and gold. When little children sit round the fire at night and listen to folk tales as innocent beings who have no knowledge of what we are calling a civilized world today. So when little children play in the center of the street and at the heart of the compounds in bright sunshine and moon. So gone are the days when family relationship was not by blood but by good neighborliness and hospitality, leading to a considerate caring, sharing and socialization, where people unified for a common good under the umbrella of a democratic leadership. Is the end.
Thank you so much, Mr. Njai, for that wonderful point about the culture, things that are gone and things that are here. Of course, if you want to reach out to Mr. Njai or Madam Fantasisi, you can reach out to the Golden Bee Revolution TV show page on Facebook. We will link you. We don't usually entertain sharing of telephone numbers in public like that, but you can reach to us on Golden Bee on Facebook. We will always reach out to them. And of course, Literary Success Club is also registered on Facebook. They have a group on Facebook. If you are using social media, you can always link them. If you want to be part of Literary Success Club and you want them to help you, of course, you can reach out to them on Facebook. Madam Cisse, if you can tell us other means that they can reach you out.
Yeah, we've got email, we've got WhatsApp number, we've got Facebook.
If you don't mind sharing them, you can share if you want to reach you out in case if they want to have.
Yeah, the email is gambiahealingfoundation@gmail.com, and then if you type the Gambia Healing Foundation, you will see what we have been doing. And then the contact number to reach us is 534-7850, 238-6528.
Those are the contact numbers. Thank you so much. Once again, it's a pleasure having you people here. Keep it up. Keep up what you are doing. This is what the Golden Bee is all about, to bring young people here, to speak to the public, to inspire them to do great things.
And I used to write lots of poems. I used to write ML Al-Musaf was my mentor at Masru Senior Secondary School. I used to have a book filled with poems, and then one day I just throw it away. This is not the way.
Well, yes.
No.
Thank you so much. And this is the Golden Bee Revolution TV show. We are going to end the show here, but before we do, we will try to send a great thanks to a lot of people out there that are watching us from screen here, from Facebook and other social media outlets, the ones that are following us everywhere. We have received some SMSs here, people that are liking the show, people that are in love with the Golden Bee Revolution TV show. We appreciate you. Many thanks to our Golden Bee team, our executives, Usman Jaite, our graphic designer, thank you so much. Of course, General Kutubo Sane, General Jobate, Fatou Bintu Toure, and Khadija Modlamin Piu. We have all of them, and our CEO, Alaji Suare, backing us to make sure we have good shows. Jaria to our studio technicians, thank you so much. And of course, all our camera men and ladies that are here today supporting the Golden Bee to make sure that the screen is intact. Of course, our special thanks to Bakari Sano, Mariama Drame, Mam Lamin Tunkara. Thank you all for watching. Of course, Usaino Gambia, and of course, all the people that are following our Golden Bees page on WhatsApp. Thank you all for being there. It's been the journey, and we hope to continue. Next week on Tuesday, we will still be here with the same theme, Youth in the Lead, with another amazing young people. That does not mean that you are not amazing. It's like we have so many amazing young people in the country here that we are bringing here. We are not done yet. Until we come on your way on next week Tuesday, have a nice week.